Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, this is the National Football League. We'll see Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from Ford Field. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Detroit gearing up for their opening drive here, led by Matthew Stafford, the veteran former #1 pick back in 2009.
And his arm strength is often described as out of this world, and I've seen some throws out of him that are just really off the charts. But sometimes he relied on his arm so much his footwork got in the way, led to some inconsistency. But I've loved watching him evolve as a quarterback. He gets better and better each year.
On first down, it's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And the pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And this will wind up a Lions first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
That's good.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a first down throw. Stafford throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford, open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
On 1st down, Stafford here. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. Touchdown, Detroit! DeAndre Swift, 42 yards. And the Lions are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
Leadership skills apparent early in his life, carried over not just in high school but in college, where he was a 3-time captain of the Michigan State Spartans and learned the art of the comeback early in his career there, and actually capped off his career with a big comeback in a bowl game before going off to the NFL.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Cook, the ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Christian Jones leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Now Cousins. Open man is Thielen is complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on third down, good for 28. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
48-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. That's the end.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings nothing.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Stafford gets it quickly to Gallagher. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Swift on the counter. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Harrison.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Stafford. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. It's caught. Jones And he is going to have a Lions first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Stafford connects with Sanu right side. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To the air again, Stafford. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Amendola, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Stafford. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They'll run with Swift. And he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They snap it to Stafford. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Final play of the half, Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Now KJ Osborne. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return, the Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Cook. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
completion, certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stafford going to give it to Swift. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5 now. Stafford. And this one taken in by Cephas. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Stafford on 3rd down. The slant to Jones. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the 1st down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Again, it's Stafford. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Swift. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
3rd and goal. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it,
incomplete.
Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip.
Lions 10, Vikings nothing.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Osborne. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he'll drop here to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
A loss of 6 yards. It's 2nd down.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one's maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. 3rd and long for Cousins. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. 47 yards. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Johnson with a completion over the middle. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Cousins again. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 1st down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Cousins to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 27-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Vikings 3.
So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Johnson. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Osborne. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
On the return, the Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns, 47 seconds remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. First down, here's Cousins. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.